Hey, what's up, people? Welcome to another episode. We got y'all tuned in for the Cincinnati and Baltimore recap. I guess we can call it the beatdown at M&T.
That's pretty.
But there were some things, that we can kind of sit back and take a look at and again use this as a marker to kind of gauge where we are. So
Hey, but if we complain, we nitpick.
nah, you're not nitpicking.
Yeah.
Nah, not this go round. Not this go round. You're not nitpicking.
Hey.
So let's first start with, I guess, the good.
Oh, the defense.
Right. The good is
They
the
showed
Ravens.
out.
The Ravens won.
Right.
They won the game. Right.
Judon and Ferguson showed up again. Week 2.
Judon and Ferguson showed up again.
Yes, indeed.
Which I guess that's a good thing. A lot of other players on defense. Humphreys, your usual suspects. Peters, everybody showed up.
The first dominant performance in a long time by this defense, yo. Long time.
Yeah, and so I think you're right. It was a dominant performance by the defense,
Yes,
and I think at that point, that's where the good for me stops. After that, even though we won, and we won 27 to 3.
Yeah.
3 was given up in junkyard time. I for me personally, it stopped there.
It's good. You be the bad guy this week, because I got a lot of flack online.
Nah, man, this was a bad game.
Offensively, hell yeah.
It was a bad game offensively, and it also was a good showing on defense. They did what they were supposed to do, but then at the same time, it was.
Who you was playing against? Like I said,
it didn't show me enough. And I'm just gonna get to it, man. I'm gonna stop beating around the bush, man. I'll start on offense before we even get to defense. Let's start on offense, okay? You had a Lamar Jackson. They put up 27 points. They put up 20 points.
Right.
Offensively.
Right.
Because you had a seven got done from the defense.
Right.
20 points offensively. Lamar Jackson looked abysmal.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him some
Behind that
bail
line.
because he hurt. He missed 2
Nah,
games. He missed
man.
2 practices this week, yo. I'm shooting him some bail. He missed 2 practices.
It-
He ain't even look like himself though.
Exactly my point.
That's why he was hurt.
He looked.
That's how
He
know.
looked off. But you can't blame a knee sprain or whatever it was, a knee injury. They didn't even.
A couple of those balls, you can tell you didn't have his last time.
Nah, bro.
I'm
He
shooting
looked.
him some bail. Yo. That's the worst he ever
He
looked
looked bad. And the reason he looked bad is because he looked confused in his decision making to go the way he was going to go with the ball.
It was always predetermined that he was going to the tight end.
He was going to go to Andrews, and that brings me to my other thing. I ain't gonna say we. You guys always complain that he don't have offensive weapons.
And
it has nothing to do with the fact that he don't have offensive weapons.
Greg Roman called a lot of crazy
No, he
schemes.
didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yo, they was only running 2-3 yard routes again.
Bruh.
Yo, did you see the formations they was running up?
Bruh, that's what they do. That's how they always been playing.
You can't do
that's
that,
who they are.
But yo,
this man Lamar, I'm gonna be hard on him, bro.
You cannot keep having your wide receivers.
He ain't doing no type of checking down in regards to
The wide
reads.
receivers was only running 5-yard routes half the time, yo.
But that's because that's for Lamar.
Man, look,
that's for Lamar. And the crazy thing is,
how can he get? How can a wide receiver get any separation though, yo? When you running 3-yard curl route,
they had separation.
I mean,
you know what the problem is with Lamar, and you know what the problem is with this offense, and this is going to be the detriment to the Ravens.
What is that?
If you shut down Andrews, they did.
But yo, ain't that's what I said in the last video? Who was this team reminding you of?
But that ain't Greg Roman's fault.
It is though.
No, it's not.
It is though.
That's Lamar. Today was Lamar's fault.
It was him and the scheme.
No, today was Lamar's fault.
The scheme was bad too,
Bro.
yo. The scheme was bad too.
Ain't nothing wrong with the scheme.
The scheme was bad.
Today,
yo, Greg Roman called a lot of plays to make you scratch your head like, yo, what are we doing?
He did.
Yo.
Lamar
he
made
did, yo.
Lamar,
you need to go back and watch that game, man.
Lamar captained these plays that make me scratch my head.
He did a lot of plays to make you scratch your head, like that one interception. Like, yo, what are you doing?
Lamar looked as bad as his critics made him out to be.
But this was his worst game ever as a quarterback, yo. It was his worst game ever as a
quarterback. No, you're right. And
that's why I can't complain.
But here's the crazy part. Here's the bad part for me. Here's the other bad part, rather. I ain't gonna say, this is the other bad part. He played against one of the mid. I ain't gonna say the worst, but the middle, one of the lower end of the middle of the pack passing defenses in the league.
This is why he was supposed to have a bad game like this. We'll never see this again from Lamar, yo. We'll never see it again. Yo, it was telling that he was hurt.
You can't say
that he was hurt though.
But you can't. No, he didn't.
He see he was hurt.
He ran the ball.
I mean, that mean that, but he still was hurt.
He sat behind the line and dunked
he was hurt.
5 dudes.
You can tell
how
because he didn't have his legs on him a couple of times.
He dunked 5 dudes in the back of the line.
That was his elusiveness though, yo.
But his knee is what was hurt.
But he had to get him.
How can you say he was playing hurt and he looked like he was hurt, but he was able to be elusive with a knee injury?
I'm shooting him some bail because of those 2.
Nah, man.
I'm shooting him. You be the bad guy this week.
And coming back to what you just mentioned, you ain't gonna never see another performance like this again, bro. He been playing like this since week 2.
But who has been a common denominator?
Really since week 1.
Who has been a common denominator?
This man cannot spread the ball, man.
Yo, have you seen the formations that the wide receivers?
He can't spread the ball.
Have you seen the formations?
I am convinced.
Have you seen the scheme and the play call?
I am convinced at this point Lamar cannot spread the ball.
Yo, how can you say that when the first 2 games he gave the ball to 9 different wide receivers? How can you say that? You can't say that. Yo, this game was obvious. He was hurt.
This game was
out.
The other 4,
how can you say that?
The other 4,
he spread the ball.
He's barely spreading the ball.
How can you say that?
If Andrews
you need to go back and look at those. You need to go back and look at those stats.
If Andrews ain't in the game,
you need to go back and look at the stats. Remember, the
Lamar
first 3 games, he spread that ball around against 9 different wide receivers,
man.
yo.
Chiefs proved that point. You know what I mean?
Let's keep it a buck. This team hasn't looked right since the Chiefs game.
Because they got exposed with the fact that he can't spread the ball. And the problem is the reason he can't spread the ball is because he can't go through his progressions.
This is one game.
Lamar struggles going through progressions.
One game. How can you say that though,
This is 5 games.
How can you say that? How? What the first 2 years he spread the ball around to 9 different wide receivers. So where are you getting your info from, yo?
I'm watching the game.
This game was
I'm watching the game.
This game was
a
red
then
game.
I'm also using their loss where Andrews was limited. And what did the offense look like? They looked anemic.
But what have we been saying? How many wide receivers caught the ball today besides Andrews and besides Dumoulin? He had 2. In Hollywood.
But do you understand once the Bengals switched up their scheme and shut down Andrews, they stopped scoring.
Exactly. Hey, but once again, I can't blame that on him. That's my point. I can't blame that on him because
that's my point.
I can't blame that on him.
You shut down Andrews, you shut down the Ravens offense. It's that simple. It's that simple, bro. And it's because it ain't got nothing to do with Greg Roman. At this point, maybe in the past it did.
But hear me out.
But at this point,
you're proving what I said in the last video. Ain't this what I said last video?
You said that he needs more offensive weapons.
But if that's what you said.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
If you shut down his offense,
that's not what I'm saying.
Nobody else.
I don't care if you add more offensive weapons. Lamar has a
He's not the problem, yo.
With progression.
He is not the problem. How can you say that in one game, yo? When it's evident 2 games, what's evident? He missed 2 practices, yo. You don't think that man hurt?
I'm watching it.
But you don't think he hurt?
No.
He gave us a couple balls, yo. You can be like, yo.
No, not at all.
Come on, yo. You go here and be the bad guy. You go here and be the bad guy this week.
Not at all.
You be the bad guy.
So
you be the bad guy.
I think if Lamar needs to get himself together, in that
One
film
bad
room.
game, yo. One
No,
bad game.
this is
One bad
the fourth
How
bad
can you
game.
say that when they
How can I say that? Because they almost second to last in passing offense.
But you nitpicking.
They second to last, and I'm nitpicking for them being second to last.
It was a double that win. Hey, I blame that on Greg Roman, yo. I blame that on lack of execution, and I'm blaming it on coaching.
I know.
That's what I'm doing.
Of course, that's the easy
what I'm
thing.
doing.
Right. You want,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm shooting.
So,
Look, it's a dominant win. I'm not complaining this week. Man, people in the comments
y'all let us know
at
what
me.
you think
I'm chilling
on that one.
I'm chilling.
Now I'm gonna move on over to the defense, because I wasn't happy about them either. I really wasn't happy about them.
Oh, it was cool. The first two possessions looked rough.
No,
I was like, oh boy.
So here's where I'm at with the defense, and I'm going to talk about the Bengals. That Bengals offensive line
Sure.
had no business playing in the NFL.
No, yo.
They had no business playing in the NFL.
Hey, yo, Joe Bishop was a crash dummy behind that line. Yo.
That offensive line has to be the worst offensive line that I have ever seen in my entire life of watching NFL football. That was horrific.
I put on Twitter that boy getting beat up.
That he did.
He got beat up.
He got. Bro, I don't understand how they ain't got no dog in them, man.
Yo, he gonna mess around and be David Carr all over again, self-shot behind that line, dude.
I don't think so. I mean,
he gonna be self-shot.
I don't know.
He gonna be self-shot.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
This season can ruin this kid, man.
I'm not gonna say that, but that ain't my prerogative at this point. My prerogative is worrying about the Baltimore Ravens, and they did what they were supposed to do. They did what they were supposed to do.
Against a bad team.
Against a
bad team.
I'm not gonna say a bad team. I'm gonna say a horrible offensive line that had no answer to a blitz. I mean, it was to the point that the Ravens ran literally, I think it was the same 3 to 4 plays on defense the whole entire game, and they had zero answer for it.
Yo, they did what they were supposed to do, yo.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem, and this is where I'm at with them. The fact is if Barrow offensive line would have had some sort of something to pick up some of that blitz,
they would pick us apart.
Barrow would have destroyed us because them wide receivers was open all game long. When we played that man-to-man, they were getting beat. Peters was getting beat. Humphreys was getting beat. All of them was getting beat. If you go back and watch the all-22 on this,
I seen it, but I'm not nitpicking on.
If you go back and watch the all-22 on this game,
I'm not gonna be that guy.
They were getting beat all day long, and that is a problem. This Ravens team at this point in this time is not. They don't look Super Bowl caliber, bro. I rest my case. They don't look Super Bowl caliber. Hey. This is not a Super Bowl caliber team. They got a lot of stuff that they need to fix.
The bad guy. He's the bad guy.
They got a lot of stuff that they need to fix. They did what they were supposed to do. I get it. You did what you're supposed to do to win the game for the moment. But when they play against better teams than what they played today, because that offensive line from the Bengals shouldn't be in the league. And it's almost disrespectful to even whoever the backups to those guys are, because they shouldn't even be in the league even if you let those guys beat you in the starting spot, right? That whole offensive line needs to go.
Man.
But if they had a better offensive line, this game showed to me my thoughts of what I was thinking before this game happened. We would have struggled against this team.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
You're right. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And here's the thing. We're coming up next week
against Philly. They're gonna put some numbers up.
We playing Philly.
They're gonna put some numbers up.
It's gonna be a struggle, brother. This team from this point on.
My thing is, I got the thing on offense too. Why are we continuing to run with Ingram? It's proven he's washed, yo. Give J.K. Bust that rock, man. Ingram is done, yo. He done. Yo, he's not coming. Yo, it's proven he's slow, yo. They need to get J.K. and ink on that ball and let them
It's
run.
not,
Yo.
bro. It's not about
Yo.
being slow, man.
Yo, he is slow.
Yo, it don't even matter. At this point, the Ravens have shown to us who their offensive scheme is. The offensive scheme obviously isn't
But
to,
who we blaming that on, though?
run the rock
Who
like how we are.
But who does we blaming that on? Like I just say, yo, you got to blame Greg Roman for this.
Yeah,
yo.
man, but I understand.
That's why I
Yo,
said I'm
but
not mad at Lamar for one
but I
bad
understand.
game,
I understand why. I'm starting to see why Roman is calling the plays that he's calling. The league is geared towards
Stop.
a high offensive passing. It's an offensive high passing league, and the reason it's an offensive. Let me finish this. I'll let you go.
Last year proved you don't need that.
No, and you're right. Last year didn't prove that you didn't need that, and that's why I said let me finish before I let you. I'm gonna let you go. But what you're seeing is that there are a lot of teams. The margin is very small when it comes to defenses shutting down running. Like a lot of defenses are shutting down runs to the point where their average run per carry is like under 5 yards, which is really bad, right? So to keep up in a lot of these games, you almost sort of have to pass the rock.
No, that ain't true, yo.
Especially when you playing against supposedly high-powered offense, which coming into the game, the Bengals were. What we didn't realize, or what rather the Bengals got exposed of today, is that they literally cannot handle the blitz.
Man, look.
And if it wasn't for that,
like I keep saying, the Ravens, if they run the rock and play their game with ball possession, ball control, man, come on, yo. This is easy, yo.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I'm no longer agreeing that it's that. I'm no longer
yo.
agreeing that it's that easy, man.
Yo, it
You
is
can't.
easy.
I'm no longer
Yo,
just sitting back and watching the
You got
Chiefs
a
lose
running
today.
back is averaging 5 yards per carry, and you're not running with him.
Yeah, but watching a game like the Chiefs play
And
today.
you just seen what happened to them.
Yeah, but they didn't get beat by the run.
Man, they got beat at home.
They got beat by the pass.
Man, but yo, they was down. They was up 14-0, yo.
They was up 14-3.
And what happened?
And they came back.
And they lost.
And they lost.
By
They
some
lost because of time.
quarterback.
They lost because ultimately the Raiders beat them in
But
time
they
of
lost.
possession. And how did the Raiders win in time of possession?
Hey, but-
Not by the run.
Hey, but they understand. But once again, that's one of the keys to beating them,
Which
yo.
I know,
Time of possession.
which then makes me go back and look at, well, that's what the Ravens tried to do when they played them. They just couldn't
But
do it.
that ain't our game.
I know that ain't our game.
All right, then. So
But
once
that
again,
game- but
it
if
was
we
scheme.
would've-
It was scheme. We didn't lose
man.
We didn't lose the way we played, yo. That's why I'm not.
That
everybody
running-
I'm talking to online trying to figure out what is Greg Roman doing.
I know, man.
Come on, yo.
But that running as heavy as we did last year ain't working in this league.
But the damn
ain't
offensive
working,
coordinator
bro.
ain't no running.
Defenses statistically,
Come on.
they showing that it ain't working,
Man, like I say, y'all.
They
I'm
showing that it ain't
I'm
working,
not
yo.
nitpicking, yo. It's nitpicking the dominant performance from the defense.
Nah,
yo.
we not.
I mean, I'm cool.
that-
I'm cool.
Yeah, they
I'm cool.
dominated. They
You the bad
dominated.
guy. I'm cool.
They dominated. They did what they were supposed to do against a weaker offensive line
They did what they
that
were
couldn't
supposed to.
prove
They
that
took
they could
care-
handle the blitz.
They
but
took care of
but-
business.
but ultimately, it was a lot of missed coverages out there, I guess you could say.
Man,
And if we play any team that is halfway decent than what the Bengals displayed today,
It was a dominant performance.
that would have been a struggle. With the way the offense looked,
I'm done.
that would have been a struggle.
I
That would have been a struggle.
ain't got nothing to complain about. I ain't got nothing to nitpick about.
I do, man. This Ravens team.
Junon, Ferguson, y'all get the
This
game
Ravens
ball from me,
team,
man.
And I'm gonna leave it at this for this episode. But this Ravens team, from week in, week out, is slowly. I don't say slowly, but they're progressing to me personally in the wrong direction.
Man, look, this is a team.
I guess if you can
This
even
is
call
a
it
team
progression.
on offense that's dependent on one man. He don't have what he needs.
Yeah.
And when he look bad, Everybody look bad on offense. It's just
my
like
point.
it's a plan. It's just too dependent on. Like I kept saying since week 9 last season, this team is asking too much from him, yo. You see it.
Too much from Lamar?
Too much from him.
I
If he have a bad game, good lord.
don't agree with
Come
that.
on, y'all. They asking too much from him.
I don't agree with that. But folks, we appreciate y'all listening out today. Comment in the comment sections. You know, like, share. Let us know what you
Go
your
at him
thoughts
this week.
are. To be honest with you, bro, I don't think anybody disagrees with me.
Hey,
they
man.
watch the same game that I watch.
I had to shut one dude down, yo. I'm like, look, man, I'm speaking with logic and reason, and here go the facts and links. I had to do all that. I'm like, yo, I'm telling the truth, yo. I had to literally show this man. I don't know, yo. There's some people, no purple shades, man.
Nah, man, this don't look like a coaching issue at this point. This looks like
The day looked like a lack of execution. The day was a lack.
Everybody's entitled to a
It was a
bad
lack of
game.
execution, but Greg Roman, man, he
this
gotta
is-
come out of better formations than that, man.
Nah, man.
Yo, he had 3 wide.
You understand football. You understand
He
what I'm
had 3
talking
to
about.
5.
It's
He had
4
3 to
weeks.
4 wide
It's 4 weeks
receivers,
in a row, man.
3 4-yard curl routes, man.
It's 4 weeks in a row.
They ain't had no preseason. We
These
out.
people.
All calm. Let's go to him. Tell everybody your name and where they can find you at, yo. Because I'm sick of people coming at me,
Find
man.
Cecil on Facebook.
All right.
It's
Holla.
4 weeks, brother.